Keep in mind that the owner of this story was well aware she had a gift, but didn't really use it and didn't really take it much as a big deal. This is a brief story, and from it, I will also cover out few things to know if you have been used. I mean the male gender, not the female gender this time around. I once had a neighbor. Now, this neighbor was fond of bringing in ladies, but I didn't really take it much into consideration because that was his personal life or private life. But one thing I noticed when I was at home for the whole month was that at a particular time, especially the evening time after work, when everybody would be coming back from their different workplaces, I noticed that I would hear the sound of a rattlesnake. When I started hearing this sound, I would search my entire flat and I wouldn't find nothing. But each time I got closer to my door and I opened my door, I would see him outside, and that sound would get so loud to the extent I noticed that that sound was coming from his boxers or shorts, depending on whatever he was wearing when standing at his veranda. All through my stay earlier on, I didn't pick up this sound, maybe due to the fact that I would leave early and it would just be all greeting, and I'll come in maybe nighttime and have my bath and straight to the bed. I wouldn't really notice much. But this time around, I was around most of the time. And then I started paying attention. The sound would get so loud anytime any lady would come through the gates. Now, I wasn't sure if he had a specific girlfriend, but I would tell you for a fact that every day had a different face in the female gender coming to visit him. And on 2 occasions, I picked up that 2 were not fully humans. Now, if you want me to cover on that, I would clear you. One had the head of a vulture. That is, to the physical eyes, she had a beautiful face and a beautiful banging body. But when I saw her coming through the gates, she would have the head of a vulture. While the last one that actually made me move out from this particular building was that while he was laughing with a lady in his corridor and I was just next to his own flat, I noticed that that girl didn't have a head. I went to my friend's house that night. Yes, I didn't sleep in my apartment that night. When someone close to me would visit and that sound would start again, I noticed that I would be the only one to hear the sound of the rattle Big Brother Scorpion. According to her, from her little experience and observation throughout the years, few signs you might have been used or caged, referring to the male gender this time. Your words will never have weight anymore, meaning that you can't go 3 lines without involving the female genital. Second, 80% of your money goes to patronizing the sex workers. Third, immediately you open your eyes in the morning, you only think about the female genital, sometimes all through the day. You rarely or don't dream at all. That is the 4th. The 5th, sometimes when you are talking, you feel as though you are the second party in your body. 6th, you feel empty and you view every female genital as a honey land you must explore. The last critical part is sometimes you might be woken up by a strange touch or a feeling that directs you straight to everything sex throughout the day. That rattle sound would beep the highest or the loudest when he's at the act or in the act with a particular lady, and it would go mute completely once the deed is achieved. Being an evangelist, she said few of the men she had interviewed noticed a spike in their sexual desires after meeting with a certain native doctor who gave them soap to have their baths for wealth. While some got it from sleeping with a particular lady or even an innocent girl, so they thought. Now a bonus point. I once had a friend who told me the more beautiful they appear, the more deadly they can be. Tread with caution.